And as we had seen in the report that just aired, we are going to be putting the spotlight and taking more details in this matter with the journalist Mr. Amr Rahman. Welcome back once more, Mr. Amr.
Hello again.
Well, as we have seen in the reports of the psychological consequences on Lebanese people, especially the ones in southern Lebanon, which have lost complete villages, are just in rubble now. What are the long-term consequences, the psychological impacts on Lebanese people?
Okay, if we describe the situation with brutal, dramatic, this is nothing new. A whole lot of century has passed in that scene, described with brutal and dramatic.
Yes.
Brutal by the Zionist existence, dramatic as the victims of the martyrs and those who are becoming homeless as we are speaking right now in Lebanon and other places in the region. So I believe that scene is not chaotic or spontaneous. It came with an agenda, a destructive agenda, what they call it the creative chaos into the region. And from this creative chaos, they have a project, a vicious project, of course, which is destroying most of the Arabic nations, the Arabic countries, and setting fire in the borders that was drawn 100 years ago by Sykes-Picot.
Yes.
So I believe what's going on in Lebanon right now is another phase, another chapter, a never-ending book of terror against the Arabic nations, and with vague situations by the international community, the UN and whatsoever. I believe that maybe it takes a new organization like the UNRWA to be working in Lebanon for the same matter, saving what's left of lives and making it better for those who are still alive, and saving the day.
Yes. Well, Mr. Amr, as you mentioned international organizations, when are we going to be seeing actual action from these international organizations, whether it be the Security Council, all the entities from the United Nations? We basically see a series of condemnations, but we never see actual action on the ground that prevents the life losses and so on. Are we just going to be seeing a series of such condemnations only?
Today, yesterday, 1,000 years ago, thousands of years ago, always the sound of strength that makes the final word of any conflict, whether this word is just or unjust. So I believe the power is being used brutally by the Zionist existence and supported, of course, by the U.S. Army that has sent all of the CENTCOM headquarters into the region to support the Zionist existence and try to grab some armies from here and there in the region to be under its command to fulfill what they call the Abraham Shield, as led by Israel. So it's an agenda, it's a project, not just an agenda, it's a project being applied despite the international community, the international organization that has nothing to say but to condemn, but to say this is brutal, this is unacceptable.
Yes.
But it's only words against power, and the power is the real word on the ground, and that's what's going on. Israel is not withdrawing from a centimeter from the land it has occupied with no reason. In the past,
they're actually occupying more land in the West Bank.
In the past,
yes, and actually I have information here that says there's a buffer zone extending approximately around 10 kilometers inside Lebanon. And they argue that this buffer zone is necessary to prevent future attacks, which is probably just an excuse to stay on the grounds and keep it occupied.
It's a false claim and a false title What is a buffer zone in another country, on another country's land, legitimate land? This is an Arabic land in a state called Lebanon. How come can another country should claim that it owns a buffer zone in this country just to protect itself? This is an assault against the international law, against the humanitarian bases, and against the Arabic national interest and international interests, by all means.
How does the Lebanese file basically connected to the Gaza file? Of course, every country under fire in the region, they all connect to one basic scenario or another. Can you give us a highlight on that?
I really am glad that you have said the same scenario. It is the same scenario. What's going on in Lebanon is what's going on in Gaza Strip. That was going on on Iraq. The same thing, the same scenario. Today, Gaza Strip is divided into a green zone under the supervision and the control of the American-Israeli army.
Yes.
Altogether. What's left of Gaza Strip, that is all being under siege, is left for the remains of the Gazan people that are still living in tents.
It's quite inhumanitarian.
Of course, in what they call it the red zone. And their armies are pouring into this green zone under the umbrella of the CENTCOM, and with communication and association with the Israeli army. As well as this is ringing a bell. What's going on in Gaza Strip today is just exactly what went on in Iraq. Right after the occupation, they made a council for ruling.
Are we speaking about Iraq in 2003?
Exactly. It's another chapter of the same scenario, the same fingerprint of the same crime. So they have put Baghdad under the occupation of a peace council, like the peace council today in Gaza Strip. There was a peace council led by Tony Blair and Bull Kramer on Iraq, and they had a green zone also that gathered the CIA, the NSA, whatever, all the initials you can name, along with the CENTCOM, along with a government that is ruling on behalf of the occupation. And that's exactly what's going on today in Gaza Strip under the umbrella of what they call it Peace Council, which, by the way, consists almost of the same people. Tony Blair, and then Trump, then Jared Kushner, the godfather of the Abraham Accords, you name it. This is the whole scene today. It's another. You can never.
So it's basically like a déjà vu.
Exactly. Exactly the right expression.
So, as we put our stance on the fact that we are actually seeing the same scenario repeating, does that mean that we will not be seeing a certain peace coming into Gaza, real actual peace? Is the second phase, the struggles of making the second phase come into life or being established, are we going to be seeing the fruits of that agreement that had been done between the United States and mediators?
Let me be frank with you. Only the sound of power can change the rules of the game. Only the sound of power can confront that brutal power. But we cannot just, as an Egypt, we can never do this role alone. We should be
united with Arab nations.
With the Arabic countries, all of them, from Gulf to the ocean.
Speaking of which, we'd like to know, as a journalist, your insights about the Egyptian efforts along the past war we wouldn't say we start from 2023, October 7th, but specifically as of February the 28th, the Egyptian efforts and the exerted efforts from the government.
Well, it's more than an effort. It's more than a role. It's a responsibility. It's our own international security that we are defending in Gaza Strip, in Palestine, in Lebanon, in Gulf, in Iraq. That's our own international security.
Yes.
And that is what I call it, the international or security borders. This is our further than the legitimate or the traditional borders. We have an international security borders that is extended all the way, expanded all the way to Euphrates, and all the way to the beginning of the Nile basin, and all the way to Libya at least. This is our own international security borders.
Yes.
So we didn't just pay efforts. We didn't. We had.
It was an
we carried the responsibility. It's a burden. It should be taken. It has been taken with all powers, with all soft powers, and sometimes we took the rigid power. We fought sometimes for this cause. So I believe today we have a different circumstance than we had 50 years ago. As we have witnessed in the aggression against Iran, it didn't stop until another superpower has challenged the aggression power. When China, North Korea, Russia has stood with Iran against the Americans and the Israeli, then we found finally a peace resolution.
Yes.
Without this interference, without this balance of powers, we would never, Trump would have accomplished its promise to return Iran to the Stone Age, by the way, without this interference. So I believe today the only solution to find a power that is making the balance towards these units aggression against Lebanon, against Gaza Strip, accompanied with the American support.
Mr. Rahman, it's a shame that we have ran out of time, but your insights on this matter definitely make a difference, and we are looking forward to be speaking to you again, and of course we are looking forward to see peace in the region. Thank you once more for being with us in the studio in Good Morning Egypt, Mr. Rahman.